Hello everybody. It's me, Chaff Commander Coffee, back with another traditional draft War of the Spark. Well, let's pay those gems and get into it. Okay, so, pack 1, pick 1. We have a widespread brutality. It might be fun to play around with Grixis and Amess. I haven't had a chance to play full Grixis. Could be good. Otherwise, we've got Thunder Drake, which is an MVP of previous drafts. Flux Channeler as well. Bond of Insight could be fun to play in some sort of mill deck. Or Spells Matter, red-blue. Narset's a bit niche. Cura's Dambreaker is a good curve topper for Proliferate. Aside from that, nothing particularly special. So I think we're going to grab the Widespread Brutality and give the Grixis and Amess deck a go. And hello. Got the Elder Spell here. Now, generally speaking, everybody's going to be playing Planeswalkers. Maybe the Elder Spell is good. Not sure. Might as well give it a try. Against decks where we don't see many Planeswalkers, we can always sideboard it out, so I think Elder Spell is worth picking up here. We'll grab the Elder Spell. I would have liked the Taskmaster, but we might see another one, so it's fine. Role Reversal. Okay. Haven't had a chance to play around with this. I think in draft this might actually be really good. Exchange one of our weaker creatures with a big boy. So again, the color devotion is going to be a bit awkward, but we're in Grixis. We'll try some Grixis. Okay, what have we got here? What stuff have we got for Grixis? We've got Grim Initiate for Amess. He's actually pretty good in the Amess decks. I think I'd be fine picking up a Grim Initiate. We've got Mana Geode to fix colors. I think Mana Geode might actually be better. We're already like pretty... Our colors are already messed up, so I think Mana Geode actually. Let's fix our colors up. Invade the city. Amass X for X number of instant sorcery cards in your graveyard. Normally you're going to like 3 mana amass 4 if you play it at the right time in the game. Otherwise, we've got Lazotep Reaver, which is just a really solid amass card at the lower end of the scale. So I think I actually will take the Lazotep Reaver over the Invade the City. Not that I dislike Invade the City, but I think that's a good one to pick. We've got Relentless Advance to Amass 3. We've also got another Mana Geode. I might actually just take the second Mana Geode to help us fix our mana if we're playing 3 colors. It also helps us ramp, and we won't have any ramp in these colors at all. So I think we will take the extra Mana Geode there. Okay, and we've got another Grim Initiate or Sorin's Thirst. I think I like the Grim Initiate more for the Amass deck. And here we don't have many options. We could play Land Destruction. Maybe Totally Lost as a sideboard card, or Prismite. Prismite might be good mana fixing. It's also a 2-drop that we could sacrifice if we get some sacrifice synergies. We'll take the Prismite. Here we've got Kai's Ghost Form, Unlikely Aid, or Flux Channeler. I think Flux Channeler is much better for the Amess deck, as it can get some work done with Proliferate. Nothing particularly exciting here. We did lose the game to a Vampire Opportunist last time, so maybe we take this as it's a filler 2-drop, easily sideboardable in long control games. Otherwise, we've got Sorin's Thirst, which yeah, it can hit things that are stuck behind blockers. It could finish off targets after blocking has occurred. Might be worth it. Vampire Opportunist is a good card that we could pass over with Role Reversal. So I think we take the filler 2-drop than anything else. Here we've got an option of Banehound or Kai's Ghost Form. I think I like the Kai's Ghost Form more, but it's going to be a sideboard card until we pull some good Planeswalkers. We'll take the Strix because it's a flyer and it is in our colours. Here we'll take the Giant because it's slightly more splashable than the Teo's Light Shield. And Duskmantle Operative is another filler 2-drop. Okay, in this pack we've got some pretty good options. We've got the Eternal Skylord, which is a great pickup for the Amess deck. We've also got Herald of the Dreadhorde. Herald I wouldn't mind having. Cast Dismissal, also very good in the Amess deck, and also counters Amess. Davriel's a great Planeswalker, but the Eternal Skylord just fits the Amess theme a lot better. Here we've got No Escape, good counterspell. Relentless Advance allows us to amass some more. I think if we're playing Amass Matters, then Relentless Advance is a good amassed creature. Well, spell. It is a spell, not a creature, but we'll take Relentless Advance. Despark. Okay, that's off our colours. We could splash for it. We've also got Invading Manticore, which is a great endgame drop that also amasses. I think we'll take the Invading Manticore as a late game. And we've got some ramp towards it with the mana geodes, so it's not impossible to get to. Here, I think we want... we've got another Despark, so black-white's got a load of removal. We've seen quite a few Divine Arrows as well. We've got another Manticore. Dust Mantle Operative, Stealth Mission. Spark Harvest, Primo removal. Really good with the Grim Initiate. Okay, and we have another Grim Initiate for Amass. Price of Betrayal, good for killing Planeswalkers. Probably a lot better than Liliana's Triumph. Can also kill Amass tokens as well. So 1 black to kill a Planeswalker or an Amass token tends to be pretty good. Or we've got another Grim Initiate for some more Amass. I think we take the Price of Betrayal. Okay, here we have Fixing, but it's in green, which we could play in theory, but you know, 4 colors, not happening. No Escape, good counter spell. Grim Initiate gives us some Amass early on, and some creatures to sacrifice to Price of Betrayal, to Spark Harvest, and perhaps some other cards we pick up later on. I think we'll take the Grim Initiate over the No Escape. No Escape is very good, don't get me wrong, but I think we need some board presence early on in the game just to keep us alive. Not many creatures in Grixis today. We've got Stealth Mission, which could, in theory, make the Amass creature very powerful. But I think Sorin's Thirst is more playable overall. Here we've got Dovin. Dovin is in Grixis. You pay blue for him. Godfair Statue to turn our opponent's mana 2 points back. Sky Theatre Strix is a fine flyer. But I think we take the Dovin here. We have Elder Spell, so giving Dovin a bunch of counters is fine. I think here we take the Davriel. It's also very good. I would rather take some cheap creatures rather than the Lazotep Behemoth, so we're going to take the Sky Theatre Strix. Contentious Plan. Proliferate draws cards. Works with Amass. Is a fine card. Bond of Revival or Dust Mantle Operative. We could Bond of Revival the Invading Manticore or the Eternal Skylord, so we've got some endgame creatures we could pull back with that. So I think Bond of Revival is a fine card to include. Here we're just going to, I don't know, take a Monkey. Oh, not for the main deck. No, you're going in the sideboard Monkey. Unlikely Aid. Might see play. We'll put it in the deck, see what happens. Here we've got some good payoff for Amass with the Soul Diviner. It can also take counters off of Dovin, because Dovin tends to have some counters left over anyway to draw cards, so he's a good card engine. I think he's a fine include in our deck. Okay, Narset's Reversal is a bit niche. Chaos Dismissal's good, Toll the Invasion is good. Augur of Bolus is for spells. I think if we're going to take Amass, we want Toll of the Invasion or Chaos Dismissal. I think I like to take a Chaos Dismissal over my first copy of Toll of the Invasion. Here we've got Vizier of the Scorpion, which is a great payoff for Amass, but we also have a Spark Harvest and an Ob Nixilis' Cruelty. I very much doubt either of these will wheel, but Vizier is a better Amass payoff, so we'll take the Vizier of the Scorpion. Here, no real excellent cards to pick. Could take Davriel Shadowfugue to disrupt our opponent's hand, or an Augur of Bolus to hit some of our spells. He's also something that's easy to sacrifice once he hits the board. Also a good blocker whilst we fix our mana, get some of our threats in. I think we'll take the Augur of Bolus. Here we've got not very much, to be honest. We've got another Bond of Revival. Not too interested in getting a second one. Teferi's Time Twist could be quite good with Bolus. Can be pretty decent with things that amass on entering the battlefield, like the Lazotep Reaver or the whatchamacallit. He can also reset our Planeswalkers, like our Davriel or our Dovin. I think Teferi's Time Twist is something we could put in the sideboard, maybe. Still pretty uninteresting. I guess we take a Shriek Diver just to have a flyer. Maybe we can sacrifice it otherwise. Here, again, some more uninteresting cards. Do we need some big late game cards? I don't think so. We'll take another. Maybe we take the Behemoth. Maybe we take the Streak Diver. I'd rather just have more low drops that fly than a big boy that doesn't do anything. Here, I'm quite happy to pick up a Toll of the Invasion. And what have we got here? Do we play Godfarer's Statue? Are we going the full role player Grixis build without Nicol Bolas? Yeah, sure. Let's role play with Godfarer's Statue. Another Grim Initiate. It's a fine early game drop that helps us amass. Here, not very excited again by our cards. I could splash for the Enforcer Griffin with the Mana Geodes, but it might just sit in our hand dead a lot of games. So I think we'll just pick up the Sky Theatre Strix. And we've already got 2 Sky Theatre Strixes. I guess we'll take another Sauron's Thirst. Very unlikely to play it. Dreadmalkin is a fine pickup. We can sacrifice some creatures that die to removal. Put a Bond of Revival in the sideboard. And Makeshift Battalion in the sideboard. Okay, so we're a really, really, really messy Grixis deck. As expected. Let's just try and make it work. Okay, let's take a look at our Mythics rares and rares. I think we've only got rares. Are we going to play all these? I think it's worth playing all these. Put them all in. And we want our Planeswalkers, so let's grab our Davriel and our Dovin. We want our Artifacts, because they will fix our mana. Mana Geodes. Prismite is a creature we can sacrifice. It can also fix mana. It's a bit expensive, but it does do the trick. And Godfarer's Statue, I think we'll keep that in the sideboard for longer control games, rather than have it in the main deck. And then we want anything that says Amass on it. So we'll just take everything that's got Amass tied to it. Okay. And then after that, we've got to cherry pick some cards to fill the deck. How many spells have we got? 2 creatures. We've got 9 creatures, 6 sorceries, 3 artifacts, 2 planeswalkers. So Flux Channel is going to get quite a lot of action with our Proliferate. Spark Harvest can allow us to sacrifice some of our creatures to remove problem planeswalkers. Augur of Bolas will let us hit some of those sorcery cards. We've got a total of 7. Is Augur of Bolas a good pick for 7 sorceries? We could run the Price of Betrayal with Augur of Bolas. We could run Contentious Plan with Bolas. We could also run the Bond of Revival. That might be something we like to put in the deck. Our curve is lots of 3 drops in various different colours. I think maybe we do take the Bond of Revival so we can recur some of our big threats. And what else would we like? Dreadmalkin might be fine, but we've got lots of Grim Initiates to act as our early game. Maybe we take a Contentious Plan, just help us draw cards. I think Contentious Plan probably wins out on Augur of Bolas here. Price of Betrayal we could sideboard in against Amass decks and Planeswalker heavy decks. I think this will do the trick. It's a little bit messy, but we'll see if we can make it work. Let's take a look actually. What colours are we playing? So we've got 6 red symbols, 9 black and 8 blue with a white technically, but not really. We've got 5 islands, 6 mountains and 6 swamps. How do we like that? Do we run the Elder Spell in the sideboard or in the main deck? Only deals with Planeswalkers. Maybe we put it in the sideboard. That will make our mana a little bit less black heavy. What would we run in place of the Elder Spell? Could run, maybe we do run the Augur of Bolas. 8 sorceries. I think he's going to hit at least a decent number of times. Otherwise we can just use him as a blocker or to sacrifice. I think that seems fine. Okay, and land-wise, they want to go 6 islands, 5 swamps, 6 mountains. What's our curve? Our 2 drops seem to be pretty heavy on black and blue, but we need red for our initial Grim Initiates. Otherwise, 3 drop slot. We've got our fixing. I think I like the 6 islands and 6 mountains. I think I like that. And we will call this Grixis Amess instead of Amass, because this deck is a mess. So, haha, good pun for you there. take away for the day. Right, let's play some games with Grixis Amess. I want to play Grixis because Grixis is like one of the big like lore archetypes for the set, and I do like trying out the lore archetypes. And we've got a decent amount of Amess synergies. This hand is completely unplayable, so we can mull that. This hand is also pretty unplayable, but do we mull it again? No, I don't think so. A mountain. Land is better than no land, so we'll take it. Maybe we should draw. Actually, is this deck better for drawing? We are triple color. I think maybe we draw with this deck rather than play. Yeah, I should have thought about that more before I clicked play first. But yeah, I think we might actually be on the draw plan as opposed to the play plan. But there you go, we've got Grim Initiate, so we got a creature. It's fine. What's our opponent going to do? Is he reading the text on Grim Initiate? It's a 1/1 first strike with a mass. Don't worry about it too much. He's going to Erratic Visionary. Okay, so our opponent's not got much. He might be land screwed as well, which would be fine by us. Could push some damage with the Grim Initiate. Ditches Goblin Assault Team. Swing for 1. And pass, because we can't play anything. If we draw red, black, or blue, we can play lots of cards in our hands, so we're fine. What would I prefer to play first? Depends what our opponent puts down. Dovin Hand of Control. I'm not bothered by that at all, really.
Anyone would be so foolish as to face me.
Okay, so I'm just going to hit Dovin for 1. Okay, we got Mountain, so we can play some more. I think Davriel's a pretty good drop here, so let's drop the Davriel. Force our opponent to start discarding. And I'll tell you what, we'll actually hold back the Grim Initiate so we can block the Visionary. Opponent has to discard value cards because he doesn't have any land. We know this for a fact. So Davriel's going to get some good hits every turn here. If we can get blue mana, we can play the Flux Channeler and start proliferating on Davriel, which would be absolutely fantastic. Into Planar Beacon. Okay, they might fix for some more Planeswalkers here. I really hate to see a Sarkhan in their deck. That would make me cry. They might just tap the Visionary to loot. Otherwise, Davriel's going to pull another good card out of their hand. Thunder Drake. Okay, that's pretty scary. I'd like to find a card that can deal with that. We will block the Visionary. We mass 1. We Amess 1. Dovin's going to... Okay, Dovin's not going to do anything.
A mind is a terrific thing to waste.
Okay, let's drop the Vizier of the Scorpion, which then gives us Death Touch. I'm going to swing at Dovin. Does he decide to trade the Drake for it? He does. Okay, so Drake's going to trade for the Amess token. It's fine by me. And Vizier of the Scorpion is... Do I care about making them discard another card, or do I care about keeping the Death Touch on our Amess tokens? I think I care more about them losing a card, to be honest, because whilst we're both a bit stuffed for mana, I think that's probably a more important aspect to the game. So we will be blocking the Visionary if he swings. Yeah, okay, we will block the Visionary there. We will make them discard another valuable card. Okay, we got more red. We can Toll of the Invasion, so let's do that first. There's a Tybalt. We'll probably want to get rid of him. And we will Davriel, make them discard another card.
Perish the thought.
Bond of Insight goes... Oh, they dropped the Augur! So they're going to Bond of Insight to pull back, what? Cast Dismissal? Mill themselves? That seems like a bad idea. Looks like we want the Elder Spell in this matchup. Okay, what do we ditch? We ditched Widespread Brutality, Augur Bolus, and another Grim Initiate, as well as a mountain. We don't really want more mountains. We want to find a island, or well, we do want to find an island. That's basically the main thing. And you got Tamio's Epiphany back. Okay, so they're going to gas back up straight away. No blocks here. Widespread Brutality would have actually been quite good in this situation. We could have wiped their board and hit some of their Planeswalkers. But we got the, we got the blue mana we need, so we can start playing our hand. Is our opponent going to Tamiyo's? I think it's very likely our opponent Tamiyo's here. They could cast Dismissal the Amess token. I wouldn't be too bothered by that. What's that last? I think they're going to Tamiyo's here. It makes the most sense. They get another servo token to block the ground. Okay, they're dismissing the Flux Channeler. That's interesting. Are they going to just try push damage on us? That seems very strange. I don't really agree with that play. It seems like a waste of the cast dismissal. Just no blocks. Okay, what else are they going to do? Have they got a no escape, maybe? Play the Flux Channeler again. Oh, looks like they've got no escape in hand. Oh no, they don't. Okay. Well, whenever we cast a non-creature spell, i.e. Mana Geode, we get to proliferate, so that's pretty cool. Opponent's going to draw and discard. Discarding a land, presumably. Looks like our opponent's got a tricky choice of what they want to discard. They discard Tamiyo's Epiphany. Okay. So they must have some pretty good cards in hand to discard their card draw. Nahiri, okay. I don't really mind Nahiri, because as long as we don't tap our creatures out, Nahiri can't really do anything. But we are definitely on the Elder Spell plan here. We're most certainly on the Elder Spell plan. If they swing at us, we will block with the Flux Channeler. Otherwise, they're just going to let us... Okay. So if we Mana Geode, we can't really do anything else, but it does let us proliferate, which is worth. We get to Scry. Scry from an island, seems good. We can roll reversal with that. And do we want to Spark Harvest? I don't think so. We can always just pay the extra mana to Spark Harvest at this stage of the game. I think ideally what we want to do is... Oh, Goblin Assault Team. Okay, they're going to swing for a decent amount of damage. We will let that go through. No blocks. Opponent hasn't really got... He's got maybe a land in hand? Or is he just playing his Planeswalkers? Nope, he's got nothing. Okay. Let's start by casting... let's cast the Contentious Plan. Draw a card first. Relentless Advance, okay. Let's cast Dismissal. We could bounce a Servo, we could bounce the Visionary, or we could bounce the Assault Team. Assault Team's got haste, so it doesn't really do anything. I guess we bounce a Servo, at least it kills something. And then proliferate, send that back to hand, and no attacks. So he's probably going to start down-ticking Dovin to stop the zombie army. We can happily block the Goblin Assault Team. If he Dovins the zombie army, we can just keep blocking the Assault Team indefinitely. So he's got some turns to draw cards, but that's basically all he's doing. He's not really advancing the game state at all. Okay.
Elevate yourself? Perhaps perhaps a pair of stilts.
Genius is as genius does.
Okay, so Sahili's going to just make the thingies into tokens. Just block there. Take another 4. Otherwise, that does nothing. What's he going to drop? He's going to Erratic Visionary again. Sky Theater Strix. Okay, that's kind of annoying. Okay, we've got a Swamp. I think we're just going to pay the additional cost on the... And we're going to blow up the... I think we blow up the Sahili, so he can't keep turning his Goblin Assault team into something. Or we could just kill the Goblin Assault team, but then he can just turn those into the Strix and then it keeps hitting us. It's a hard choice. What are we most scared by? He can only do it once more, so I think we kill the Strix. Teferi's Time Twist. Oh man. That's not good. Might just be dead here. No attacks. Time Twist can come back in. Okay, opponent's probably just drawing land at this point. Widespread Brutality would have been great at this stage of the game. Or Elder Spell. Elder Spell would be pretty good too, you know, with 3 Planeswalkers in play. I think we definitely want to be running Elder Spell in this next game though. So Strix is going to attack just for 2 and then pass. He's not even stopping the... Oh! Oh! You don't say. And do we Relentless Advance now? I think we Relentless Advance. No attacks. So that Strix is going to very steadily beat us to death. Soul Diviner is going to give us an option to draw some cards though, so that's a plus. Drawing Dovin would be quite nice here. We might actually just have to give them control of the Flux Channeler. Nahiri's going to kill the Soul Diviner. Oh, Ral's Outburst. Okay, yeah, that's not good. He could have probably just sent that at face and we would have just died. Because our opponent's got 3 in the air and then 4 on the ground if we block the Goblin Assault team, so he does just kill us here. Especially if he turns one of the servos into a Strix. So I think we're just going to concede. Our opponent's taking too long to figure out they have lethal. Like, we're not coming back from that game. They've got way too much board presence. Okay, Price of Betrayal's coming in. Elder Spell's coming in. Do we want Sorin's Thirst? Might actually be quite legit. I think the Grim Initiates, how relevant are they? They can trade with the Goblin Assault team, I guess, and we did see they've got 2 of them. Augur Bows is certainly worth running. Callous Dismissal, not sure how relevant Callous Dismissal is going to be. Maybe we take that out. Role Reversal seems to be quite weak in this matchup. We don't really want to swap for any of their creatures. They're kind of relying on their Planeswalkers a lot, so we'll take that out, which does help our mana a little bit. And what else do we want to take out? We added some more black spells, so I think we want an extra swamp. We took out Role Reversal, which is double blue, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, so we can take an island out and replace that. And I think, what do we want instead? I think we take out one of the Grim Initiates. I think whilst they do trade with the Goblin Assault teams, they're not going to be super relevant. In fact, we could probably just take a mountain out, because we don't actually have that much. Maybe we take out 2 mountains, put in another island, and I do want the chance to have red mana in my opening hand. But yeah, I think maybe we've got too much red mana in the deck, considering... Like, if we're running Role Reversal, it makes more sense, but... Yeah, I think that's fine. Although this is a bit of a mess deck, so... Oh. I was supposed to click play second, but this is actually quite a good hand, so... We'll keep. Our opponent's deck doesn't seem to be particularly quick, so we can probably ignore what they're doing for the most part. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having an Eternal Skylord. Seems good. That was a very long game, that was. Okay, let's Relentless Advance. Pass. I think our opponent was holding up like no escape or something there, so... Let's see what he taps out for. Rouse Outburst. Strix goes to the graveyard. Okay, let's drop the Skylord whilst they're tapped out. There's a Saheeli, and they're probably going to cast a spell so they can get a servo.
New wonders. Cast Dismissal on the token there. Okay, I think we want to Price of Betrayal on Saheeli. Cut her loyalty out. She's dead. Drop the Augur of Bolus. Search for spells. Spark Harvest feels good. Okay, so Augur of Bolus hits, and that is a very nice hit to have. And we will go face for 3. Okie dokie. Wait to see what our opponent's got. 5 mana. Another Planeswalker coming out, maybe. He could drop the Nahiri and then kill the Eternal Skylord. Yep, okay, that's what he's doing.
I didn't start this fight, but I will finish it.
Wait, he didn't downtick Nahiri? Okay. We're gonna sacrifice the Grim Initiate. Kill Nahiri. We will Contentious Plan to proliferate, draw a card. And Toll the Invasion we can play next turn, so let's swing face for 4. Okay, Tamio's Epiphany. Try to draw some answers to our board state. Let's see how he scries. 2 on bottom, 2 on top, so he draws the 2 that he wants. Drops a land, drops a spell. Or has he got a Jai's Greeting or something for the Skylord? Heartfire. Okay. Rightio. So we've got mana available for the Elder Spell. I kind of don't want him to have Finale of Revelation, because he's just going to draw tons of cards with it. Bond of Insight returns things back to his... But he'll mill himself doing it, so I suppose I'd rather he do that than anything else. Let's go face for another 4. If he tries to race us, we win, so seems fine to me. Not anymore. Okay, we're just drawing lands, which kind of sucks. So Cura's Dambreaker is going to get a good 5-power hit in. I'll trade the Augur for the Goblin Saltine. Putting it on the servo or the Dambreaker? He puts it on the servo and then casts Contentious Plan. He could have had the servo block the Amess token. Now he's just making a big beat stick. Invading Manticore, that's a pretty good pull. Face for 5. He blocks with the servo.
There's no accounting for luck.
I don't think Dovin was actually the correct play. I think Bond of Insight, returning Callous Dismissal and just killing my army was the correct play. That puts him so far ahead on board state. Like, don't really care about Nahiri's Stoneblades. So he's gonna turn my army into a non-problem. We're just gonna take 7. Okay. So if we Callous Dismissal doesn't really get us there. Good Elder Spell, Dovin. So we get rid of the Dovin.
Not to be repeated.
Callous Dismissal, the Dambreaker. And swing with the Manticore. He blocks with the Augur, presumably. He doesn't have to, but it's probably recommended he does. So the reason I did this is because it doesn't look like my opponent's seen the line where he Bond of Insights for the Callous Dismissal. So we're just going to hope he doesn't see that and just replays the Dambreaker and puts more creatures on board. Because his best out now is to Bond of Insight for the... yeah, he's just playing the Dambreaker. Okay. Which proliferates, which doesn't hit anything. Swing with the 6/6. Let it go through. Okay. End turn. What's he going to do here? Oh no, I think he's got it actually. I think he knows what he's doing. So he's going to Bond of Insight for Callous Dismissal and Heartfire. I think. He might not, but if he gets Heartfire and Callous Dismissal, then he can Callous Dismissal, hit us for 5, and then he can Heartfire the Dambreaker and kill us. He might not see it. Oh, Heartfire Callous Dismissal, yeah. Okay, he sees it, and that is game 1. Cool. That is very unfortunate. I could have swung with both. Same situation would have happened. Wow, so Grixis Amess. Unfortunately, game 1 down. Our opponent just had a little bit too much reach. Yeah, it's good to try out new deck archetypes, even if they don't go so well, because then you know. Like I originally just tried to, you know, when I played Allegiances, I had to play like 5 or 6 drafts before I really kind of got the correct impression of what was the best way to draft every single time. If you want to, like, you know, just get cards and win games. Which ideally you do. If you don't want to pay money for Magic, then yeah, this is That's what you want to do. You want to get lots of drafts in. So this hand seems pretty good. We've got fixing. We've got our Reaver for turn 2. We can drop the Soul Diviner later on when our army gets a little bigger, which will give us some card advantage. If we find a Dovin, we can just eat tokens off of Dovin with the Soul Diviner, which is also fine. We'll see how it goes. Opponent starts with a Plains, drop Swamp. Prismite can also fix our mana, but it's not very exciting. Martyr for the cause. And we have a Dovin. I think we could drop the Soul Diviner because it blocks the Martyr, and then Dovin we could start eating tokens off of Dovin. That seems like a pretty reasonable play. We'll drop the Soul Diviner. Our opponent might think, it's just a 2/3, like I'll ignore it for the most part. He might New Horizon here, put counter on Martyr, which would be fine. He might also have a combat. If he swings, I'll probably just let it through because it's only 2 damage. If he taps out and then swings, I'll probably kill it. Depends what he taps out for. Courage and Crisis, okay. So it's now a 4/4. Guess we'll just let that through. No blocks. Okay, so we're going to drop the Dovin. We're going to bubble the Martyr. And we will tap the Soul Diviner, taking a counter off Dovin, drawing a card. So they can continuously invest more onto the Martyr, which doesn't really get them anywhere. Hopefully they do. I think what we want to do is get our army to start amassing fairly soon. There's a Hartley. And it gains 4 life. Well, that's a bit meh. Hey, who cares? Who cares, right? Okay, so let's drop an island. Drop a Mana Geode, because we still have extra mana then. We get to scry, put the island on bottom. Scrying is very good for the Soul Diviner. And we could drop the Prismite and then just block the Martyr with the Prismite, which seems fine. Or we could start amassing. I think amassing and just like letting the Reaver die to the Martyr seems good too. And we will Soul Diviner, just eat another token off of Dovin.
There's always room to improve.
Mowu's pretty scary. He is a big boy, especially if he gets swole. If Mowu gets swole, we have a bad day, because he has got trample. He will give no shits for Dovin. Okay, we just block with the Reaver. Reaver dies. Dovin stays up. Is he going to down tick Quatley? Not going to down tick Quatley. Okay. Might as well drop the island. Let's Toll of the Invasion. Take a look at our opponent's hand. Bond of Discipline and Topple the Statue. Okay, so they can destroy our Mana Geodes. That's fine. I don't think we care too much about that. It's just a get our Mana Geode scrying for us. Eternal Skylord is perfect. Let us Soul Diviner, eating a counter on the let's eat a counter on Dovin.
For me to slip up is rare.
And do I want to down tick Dovin or force him to swing at Dovin? I think we'll force him to swing at Dovin. If he decides to go face, then Dovin can just we can eat Dovin with the Soul Diviner. New Horizons, targeting Mowu, and then he's going to topple the statue, killing my Mana Geode. He might down tick Quatley now. So there's no reason to attack with the Martyr, he just needs to attack with Mowu into Dovin, kills it. Or he could go face for 5, that's also pretty legit. He could go face for 9. He's just going face for 9. No, he's going for Dovin, okay, that's fine. I'll let that go through. Oh, he's gonna go for... Yeah, no blocks, I'll just take 5.
I was incorrect. Go ahead and gloat.
Is he going to topple the statue? It lets him push a lot of damage, so he might not want to do that. Okay. We'll play the Swamp. Play the Eternal Skylord. Okay. He's gonna tap my army and draw a card. Amess 2, keep it flying. Pop the Prismite in play, just as a 2-1 blocker. Can chump up the Martyr and pass turn. Or we could put both these guys in front of Mowu, depends if he's got any more Proliferate. Widespread Brutality would be a really good pull right here, because it would wipe his board. Storm the Citadel. Okay. This guy really hates on enchantments and stuff, doesn't he? If he swings with everything, I think we have to put everything in front of Mowu. Because we've got to kill Mowu. Mowu's just too scary to leave alive in a ball on a Selesnya Proliferate deck. He's just such a massive payoff card for Proliferate. So everything's got to go in front of Mowu. Okay, we'll block like that. So he can kill all our creatures with Mowu. We're going to take account of that and draw a card. So he's going to destroy one of our Geodes. It's fine. Our opponent's in top deck mode. Their Huatli doesn't do anything. And resolve. We can Bond of Revival the Skylord back, so... do we have enough mana to do that? We do. We drop this. Bond of Revival. Bring him back. Either the Soul Diviner or the Skylord. Skylord means our token wins against theirs, so we'll just drop the Skylord. And we'll no attacks. See what our opponent's got. Martyr for the cause, okay, pretty unexciting. We can't swing at them really. Swinging with this 4/4. I mean, if you want to, I'll take that trade. No? Okay, didn't think so. Alright, Grim Initiate's coming down. Island's coming down. We've got enough blockers, so I guess we just go face for... Do we want to kill the Huatli? Not really. Let's go face for 6. Swing with everything. Swing with just this guy. Pretty dangerous to swing. Yep. Grim Initiate. So we'll just keep on pillow forting the board whilst we hit our opponent in the face. Opponent is dead in 4 turns. And if we can amass even 1 point of damage, he's dead in 3. So he's got to find an answer in 3 cards. Bond of Discipline. Okay, yeah, we're dead. He runs double Bond of Discipline? Are you serious? Okay, that's just a bit sad, that is, that our opponent runs double Bond of Discipline, but okay. Right, how are we going to deal with this? I think Sorin's Thirst is probably a pretty good include here. Grim Initiate seems like he's not going to do much against the bears, so we'll take him out. which means roll reversal is probably not going to do very much either. Which means we're going to take out quite a few of the mountains actually. We can probably go down to 2 mountains. And put in some more swamps. Ooh. Let's suggest lands quickly. Oh, I'm aware that time is going down, so alright, 4 mountains. We'll go with 3 mountains and 7/7. Seems fine. Combat tricks. Unlikely aid might actually be pretty relevant in this matchup, so we'll put that in there. And what else do we care about? Perhaps a second Bond of Revival. We might want to go for the big endgame double bond, just bringing back our threats. Can't see anything else that I'm particularly excited by. Maybe Dread Malkin. No, I think we'll take another Bond of Revival. So very light on the red mana. That's fine. Don't necessarily need it to do well. Double Bond of Discipline seems really strange to me. I mean, it's one of those cards that either wins you the game or just kind of does nothing, so I guess that makes sense. We've kind of fixed our mana, so we don't need to worry about... this seems fine as well. We can Prismite to Sorin's Thirst. Seems good. On the play, Widespread Brutality in hand. Could be a massive blowout against Proliferate. If they get lots of stuff on board, we amass up like a 4/4 token, turn it into a 6/6 and kill everything. That might just cause them to concede, especially if they dump their hand early. See if they want to keep their hand or mull it. Okay, looks like they're keeping. Oh well, yeah. Mulling down. Okay, double blue. Drop the Prismite. This helps us fix. Opponent's going to go with Martyr of the Cause. Pollenbright Druid. Okay, so you can start the proliferation train. Now that Pollenbright Druid is a 2/2 with counters. We will wait. And if our opponent tries to proliferate, we will kill the Pollenbright Druid with the Sorin's Thirst. Okay, opponent gets blown out. Seems pretty good. Let's drop the mountain and pass. Need to draw some action here. Need to get our Amess rolling. Relentless Advance would be pretty good. Eternal Skylord would be pretty good. Manticore would be quite good. It would still be mana off playing the Manticore, mind you, but still. I think, yeah, Manticore's 6 mana, isn't it? Swings for 1. Yep, no blocks. There's a Dovin. We're fine playing the Dovin.
It's hard to be a genius surrounded by lesser minds.
Do I want to proliferate the Dovin? Not necessarily. I think we'll see what we draw. Putting a counter on the other light shield so he can proliferate some more. Not the Pollenbright Druid. Dovin under control.
An entire treatise on your impending failure.
He does kind of mess up our widespread brutality, so
Nobody's perfect, even me.
let's drop the mana geode. Have a little look at what we got. Soul Diviner, perfect, that's what we need. And we will pass turn. Makeshift Battalion might get out of hand pretty quickly, so we might have to just widespread brutality here. Do we block one? Prismite's going to die to widespread brutality, so I think it seems reasonable.
Nobody's perfect, not even me.
Is he going to use the Dovin to save the Makeshift Battalion? That would be a pretty clever play, but I mean, how does...
There are many who have turned
sure, I'm not planning on doing damage with the mana geode. That's widespread brutality. Kill everything, and we will pass. Block one.
I'm astonished that succeeded. I'd be less frustrated if you had fewer claws.
Seems fine to me. Let's see. Get the Soul Diviner out. And get the Vizier out. And that's one. Pass turn. What's our opponent got? Yeah, if he can't get his proliferate rolling, then he's a bit dead in the water. So let's see what he's got. Johnny's Pride Mate. That is a pretty dead card, to be honest. Like, how many life gains are in the deck? Not many. Or in the set, so seems pretty weak. Is he going to Dovin down tick? He might do. If he does, it doesn't matter, because we can still just block his light shields.
Perhaps a pair of stilts.
So there's no point attacking here. Might as well keep his light shields back. Okay, he's still swinging. Just block up. Okay, get another island. Let's contentious plan. Proliferate 2. We could kill their Dovin. How much do we care about their Dovin? Not a huge amount. We'll Soul Diviner, our Dovin, draw a card.
I must have
Flux Channeler, perfect. With Bond of Revival and Callous Dismissal, that gives us some great power here. So we've stalled out the game to the point that I think our Amess token's just going to run away with it. Which is kind of how Grixis Amess works. You stall the game out, and then you run your opponent over. Is he going to swing all at... No, he swings nothing at Dovin. Seems fine to me. Toll of the Invasion, what's he got in hand? Could be land. Is it worth checking? It's probably worth checking. It's just land. Okay. Soul Diviner is going to take another token off Dovin. Draw a card.
Nobody's perfect.
Cast Dismissal. I don't think we care about using Callous Dismissal just yet, so just pass turn. He can only Dovin one more time, so our zombie army is going to start going in, cleaning their board up. Partly. Okay, those light shields are going to be real scary now.
Is greater than ever.
If he Dovins our token, that's fine.
Boxes are made
We
to
can
be thought
still block one of the light shields. He's going to gain full life from Huatli. That's going to put a counter on the Giant's Primate. I assume he's going to swing everything at Dovin. He might keep back one blocker. So he's going to swing at least 2 at Dovin, force us to make a trade. No, he's going to not swing anything at Dovin. Okay. Let's see then. More mana. Callous Dismissal. The Giant's Primate. Proliferate. We could Spark Harvest, killing the Huatli. Seems fine. Proliferate some more.
My destiny lies elsewhere.
And tap on Dovin. Draw a card.
You're not entirely incompetent.
Okay, so we can start swinging with our 9/9 Death Touch. It's pretty good. I don't think he can proliferate a creature up large enough to stop us now, so all we need to do now is find the Eternal Skylord, and he's basically stuffed. Our zombie army will just run all over him. Run him into the ground. I like how the token art changes depending on how big the army is. That's pretty cool. Like you can, like when you've just got a 1/1, it's just like the one zombie. Then you get like a 9/9, you get this huge army in the background. Courage and Crisis. Okay, he's going to proliferate a lot here. He's going to swing at Dovin. We don't actually need the Death Touch on the Vizier anymore, so... Okay, got another Swamp. We're going to... I think we're going to Soul Diviner on the Dovin first.
Astonished that succeeded.
Okay, so Relentless Advance. Proliferate, Amess, Combat, swing at him for 13. We could Bond of Revival, but we can't really bring anything valuable back with it, so... Okay, Teo's Light Shield's gonna bite the bullet. And then we will end turn. Topple statue, sure. Pulls a card. You do have to be careful of a Bond of Discipline, which he is running, which seems very strange, but there you go. This is a really long ass game. It's a very long ass game. And our opponent is not making it any quicker by taking forever to play his turns. You've got 1 card and 2 creatures, my friend. I could probably start taking counters off the army. Doesn't need to be that big, I don't think. So let's go to combat first. Swing with the 13/13. Teo's Light Shield's gonna eat another creature. Deal damage, dies. Eat a counter off the Amess army. Another mana geode, might as well. Proliferate. Swamp, we don't want that. Play Laztep Reaver. In turn. We've got 14/14 army, it's pretty good. If only you could give your zombie army trample. You can if you are playing standard and run Trollbred Guardian, because anything with a 1/1 counter on it gets trample. But I don't think in standard Amess is going to be very played. I hope I'm proven wrong. I'd love to see an Amess deck in standard, but I don't know if it's really going to be pushed enough to survive in the standard meta with a lot more removal. Pledge of Unity, gain some life, makes a larger Giant Pride Mate. Okay. Soul Diviner, take count off Dovin, because Dovin's really not doing anything right now, and there's the Eternal Skylord. We amass 2, get a 16/16 flyer. We're actually going to swing with the Vizier of the Scorpion as well, so if he's got Gideon's Triumph, we just sacrifice the Vizier. I should have swung with the Reaver as well, just in case. Because he could do it post-damage, he could Gideon's Triumph. A misplay by me. Hopefully we're not punished for it. And turn as quickly as possible. So our opponent dies if they can't get rid of the Skylord. Okay, opponent packs it in. Whew. Alright, slow game. Slow game. We could try and get around it by running some flyers. He doesn't look like he's got much stuff that deals with flyers. What would we cut out? Maybe the Sorin's Thirsts. They don't seem particularly... They're not bad. Like we did cut a Proliferate by having the Sorin's Thirst, but let's see. Callous Dismissal can reset one of his big Proliferate creatures. I don't think, maybe we don't need the Prismite now, but we've got less red in the deck. Maybe we take the Prismite out. And instead we could run the Shriek Divers, get some flying in. Flying damage might be the difference we need. We could also roll Reversal to just pass over one of our crappy creatures for one of his big proliferated ones. That might actually be worth it, come to think of it. Maybe we run the roll Reversal and run the Price Betrayal would get rid of his Planeswalkers and some of his Proliferate counters. Could be relevant. And maybe... what else could we run? Could run both the Shriek Divers, maybe take something else out. Could take out the Augur of Bolus. It's probably going to get run over by most of the things that he plays. Take out the Augur of Bolus then. A lot of 2-drops, a lot of 3-drops. Seems fine. Okay, let's try run with this, see how it goes. Could also just pass him a 1/1 Amass token and with roll reversal, trade it for one of his bigger creatures. Opponent goes first. This hand's actually fine because we've got all the mana we need to cast all of our spells. So I'm actually fine keeping this hand, and the Vizier of the Scorpion getting a Death Touch zombie could make a big difference against his Proliferate. Shriek Diver seems fine. I think we want to open with Vizier of the Scorpion into Shriek Diver and try to play the mana Geode as late as possible. Okay, so we're getting all of our Shriek Divers available to us. Bond of Flourishing, so he's going to gain some life and grab a permanent. Wait, he didn't pick anything? Am I going mad, or just he didn't pick anything? Play the Mountain, play the Vizier. So you can see the token's just the one zombie. Not much of an army here, just a single zombie. Mowu. Okay. Play the Shriek Diver and give it haste. We'll swing with the Shriek Diver for 2. Makeshift Battalion. Swings with Mowu. Block that. So Mowu dies. Fine by me. Let's play another island. Play another Shriek Diver. Give it haste. Go to combat. Swing for 4. Pass. If our opponent's not got any reach, this is going to be pretty... Oh, he might just have land in hand. Swings with the Makeshift Battalion, we no blocks. So we outrace him very easily here, so... Price of Betrayal. Let's play the Mana Geode. See what we've got on top. Unlikely Aid. Don't think we need that, so we're going to bottom that and hopefully not draw land. I could also cast Dismissal the Makeshift Battalion to get another Amass token, which seems fine. We'll just put our opponent very far behind. And we will swing with everything. Get him down to 12, so he's dead in 3 turns from the Shriek Divers. He has got ways of gaining life, like with Watley, but he's... yeah, it looks like he hasn't got anything. It feels bad for our opponent. Let us swing with our Death Toucher as well. He's going to trade. I'm going to trade. I could roll reversal the Makeshift Battalion for the zombie army, but I might wait for him to try and put some counters on it first. Or maybe he plays a big boy here. See if he plays a fat lad. Nope, he's just got a Mars here. Now we can make this game a lot quicker, which is good. Just take another 3, which is fine. Okay, Bond of Revival doesn't bring anything back. We don't increase the clock by swinging with the Death Toucher, so we'll just do that. It's fine. Opponent's very unlikely to have lethal, just those creatures, and if he can't gain life or kill our flyers, then we're in a very good spot. Bond of Discipline. Creatures you control gain lifelink until end of turn. Okay. So he's going to lifelink for 5. He's going to go back up to 8. Okay, pass over to us. Got a Dovin. It's pretty good. Let's tap. Just blue and black for him. We're going to bubble the Makeshift Battalion.
Looking to elevate yourself. Perhaps a pair of stilts?
Swing with everything. Well, except the Death Toucher. Pass. Our opponent. A Giant's Pridemate. And nothing else. And he concedes. Cool. So, Grixis and Amess actually won a game. Off Shriek Divers, funnily enough. But yeah, there you go, Flyers. I'm not gonna lie, but it's just Flyers, man. It's just Flyers. I think I'm getting the impression that just hard drafting Flyers seems like a really good idea. Play like, end up playing Esper Flyers again. Lol. Anywho's, those games were pretty damn long. Yeah. And my bro's got back from work now, so I'm gonna go spend some time with him. I will finish recording this at a later date, so this will be part 1. For those of you guys on stream, thanks for hanging out. I will no doubt be back to play some more War of the Spark later on in this week. I say this week, I'll actually be playing some more tomorrow, almost certainly. Otherwise, keep an eye out on my YouTube channel, because I've got an announcement to make. regarding a Pro League series that I will be commentating, which is pretty cool, as well as I will be doing a couple of teaser episodes for the beginning of some other series that I've had on the Boiler Works. Boiler Works? I don't think that's the correct term for it, but we've had them on the brew. I've been working on some series that I haven't put any videos on the channel for, and I'll be doing that either later tonight or tomorrow. Hopefully that gives you guys a little bit of an inkling of the spiciness to come. Anyway, that will be the end of the stream and the end of this video. So, for all you guys out there, it's been me, Chaff Commander Coffee. Thanks for watching and sticking around, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.